Hello, I'm Trace Haythorne, Executive Director with ACPE, back again for another interview. Today I'm with Claire Bamberg, who is a member of the ACPE Board of Directors. She's also a licensed psychotherapist. She has done work in coaching with clergy as well as with executives. She has also done consulting work. She's really a jack of all trades, and we are fortunate to have her serving with our board right now. Claire, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
So you were a part of the conversations between AAPC and ACPE. In fact, you were the chair-elect or president-elect when we were having those conversations. What you learned from that experience that you think is helpful to members in this conversation?
Well, a couple of things. One is sit around a table together and talk like human beings. Get all the preconceived notions out of the way. The other thing is ask for what you need. You're coming out of different cultures. So being really careful to be as articulate as you can about what you're looking for. And the great mediator thing, what are you willing to give up to get what you most want, right? Mm-hmm. Keep thinking in that way that, sorry, that you really are going to be talking cross-culturally for a bit. And if only because you've been different organizations, whether you even share the same professional destination, you're still going to be talking cross-culturally. So ask, listen, and hang in there with another human being. That's who they are.
Sounds like good chaplaincy or good spiritual care work. Nicely done. I think it's probably helpful that we had a couple of years where we were around tables together before we were around screens together. That feels like
it's amen. Yeah. And you know, one of the things we did was we went to each other's gatherings when we could.
Yeah.
You know, I want to assume there may be some of that going on already, if only by default. And we can pick up that ball and run with it. The previously made connections, absolutely.
Oh, that's great. So as a member of the board, what for you would make this merger a success for our therapists and counselors?
Well, some of it's already happening, right? So earlier this year, we had a couple of board conversations where people began to realize their language needed to shift, you know, to include the whole pastoral psychotherapist, counselors, therapist language. And that happened so quickly and so wonderfully. You know, I would like to think that we are going into this as two organizations, not two and a half. AAPC and the former AAPC members, the ACPE, now ACPE psychotherapists, like the things that we have going are actually going to be carried forward. And I know also that there is a profound respect from the APC end for what the therapists and counselors are bringing in, and the same kind of hunger for those insights. So I'm ready to celebrate this and move right along. Having just recovered from one merger, I can't say I'm really excited about going through another, and I am excited about what it makes possible in the world. That I'm excited about.
Yeah, that's really helpful. The energy for me as you talk, I feel my own energy start to rise about the possibilities of collaboration across these disciplines. Now, in many ways, it is a field and there are disciplinary practices within the field. And what a great opportunity for these folks to find each other, to serve each other. It's not hard for me to imagine all the resources that are available within the old AAPC community that can be teaching folks all sorts of things that would be really helpful in their chaplaincy practice or in their certified educator practice, which we've already seen. So
I brought this up at the last board meeting. When I did my CPE work, we had the CPE, what would be now an educator, and the other person who worked with us from Harvard Med was a psychiatrist. So every case got reviewed from both angles.
Wow.
And I'd like to think that what we're moving towards is an opportunity for pastoral psychotherapists, mental health professionals of all types that come in to be a part of that kind of educational opportunity.
Yeah, I love the complementarity of that. That's a really beautiful model. I hope that we can get there as well. Anything else you want to offer today before we wrap up?
I think just to say that my experience as a thought partner on the board around the ACPE psychotherapist community initiatives, what we can bring, what we have to offer, I have found to be very gratifying. People to be warm and welcoming and genuinely curious and open to dialogue. It is difficult to do virtually. I'm looking forward to meeting these people in person, and it can only be better. So just to put that plug in there.
Oh, that's great. Very encouraging, and something I'm glad that the other board members will get to hear you say as well. And as we bring these groups together, as we continue the conversation, it just feels like so much potential. So
yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Claire, for your time. I should have said today I'm actually in my office back in Atlanta, which feels very strange because I'm the only one here. And that beautiful background behind Claire is actually her home in Vermont, where she works. I'm jealous on all sorts of levels. So thank you for your time today, and we'll keep the conversation going.
Okay, Trace, thank you. Take care.
You too.